Working hard to make America great again for all dogs, it's the Digger Digger Doggos Podcast.
Hey guys, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yuki, here we are.
Yes.
Our very first Triple D podcast. So we are here to make America's dogs great again.
Exactly.
Aren't we? Should we do the Trump dance?
No, I am not doing the Trump dance.
Cheers, my friend.
Okay.
Cheers.
Notice my cup, DDDs.
Here we are. This is so exciting.
Because we have no budget, I wrote this on my cup.
I know, hopefully our production will get us some mugs. Cheers to everybody out there. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It's like I fell asleep and I woke up and it was Christmas time. It was just Thanksgiving, but here we are. All right.
Time flies.
Mm-hmm. Did you take a sip?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm real fast.
All right, so here we are. So what are we going to start with today, my friend?
How we met, right?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's
Okay.
talk about it. It's a long, adventurous road.
Yes. I think for me, I should start that off because I'm the one that walked into your place that you were working at.
That's right, you sure did.
Okay. And that was preceded by a very sad episode in my life where my little chihuahua named Peanut passed away. And I had to wait a few months or whatever time it took because I was telling myself, I'm a dog man, but I no longer have a dog. So I went on the internet, looked online. I saw this one little chihuahua, and her name was Peanut. And
not this Peanut here,
Not
right?
this Peanut, no.
This is another Peanut.
Yes,
that you'll get to
my
know.
Peanut, that's a chihuahua, yes.
This is the nuttiest Peanut.
Yes, and I went to the Baldwin Park shelter where she was in the medical center because she had some kind of cut and bruises, I think, from a car accident.
Yep.
And when I was there for the first time, I tried to reach in, and her first response was try to grab my hand with her teeth and growling and everything. She was definitely scared. And I thought to myself, dang, this dog will never be adopted if she acts like this, especially if a mom and her child comes in and tries to pet him or her. That'd be awful. Well, anyway, I went home, and every night I'd check on that one dog, and it, for a couple of days it was okay. But like on the third day, in big red letters said urgent. And I'm going, oh my God, no one's really looking at this dog. And I'm thinking to myself, gee, I have a chance to save it. And that's what I did. I went in the fourth day, took my wife and said, hey, this is the dog. And again, I reached out and she tried to bite me and everything. But the veterinarian there, he got a towel and wrapped it around the dog and pulled it out and gave it to us. And I said, oh, okay. And then...
Was this Peanut, sorry to interrupt you, or Angel?
The same dog.
Oh, you renamed Peanut Angel.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because the first dog was Peanut.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
So,
just for clarity.
Okay, thank you. So when he took the towel away and I was holding her, all of a sudden she'd give me a lick on my face, and I go, oh, this is my dog.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No matter what behavior they display.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
once you have that connection, it's done with.
Yeah, once they lick your face, you're done.
Yep.
So I took her home, and my older daughter, she has a veterinary friend that kept saying, oh, dog training is very important, blah, blah, blah. And Sarah, my daughter, says, yeah, you got to take that dog to the dog trainer because your first Chihuahua was crazy. And she was. The first dog, Chihuahua, was crazy. But that's what made her so special to me. So I walked into Petco trying to buy some stuff. And this is where she comes up and goes, oh, do you have a dog? Yes. Something like, oh.
Well, I said, you definitely need some training. Yeah, I was at the point, just embarking on this new career. I had been a professional makeup artist, actually, for 26 years. And then this man walks in with his little dog, and he's checking out. And I'm like, hey, I really think you should think about some dog training. And I wouldn't let him leave until he signed up. And so we started training together. And it was incredible because we formed this friendship right off the bat. I mean, we are sitting in what we call it's our winter wonderland for sure, but it's also a foster house. I mean, we have fostered, how many dogs have come through this house? I mean, maybe 100?
I don't know if there's that many, but I know it was,
a lot.
For me, it was a lot, especially within the over 5 years that I started. I thought it was kind of easy to foster, but I found out it was not that easy.
Yeah.
And
I think we've been friends, though, for 9 years now?
I think we started meeting at your work because the dog was, you know,
for
training.
dog training, yeah.
I think that was 2017 or 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here we are going into 2025.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like this immediate friendship. And then, like I said, we started fostering dogs in this house. And I remember reaching out to you initially because I have my own 501c3 rescue. And I was like, hey, what do you think about fostering a couple dogs at that house? And we wound up doing it, and you were so gracious to do it. But it's just formed like this collaborative effort where we help dogs, we love dogs, we live together and separately with a whole bunch of dogs. And it's just been a whirlwind. It's been so
Yeah.
much fun. I mean, we have 4 of them right here. These are some of my dogs, but I think Buttercup wants to say something. Yeah. And we'll introduce Angel to you guys at some point. Angel's still Angel.
Yes.
Still a little. The training is more for you.
That's true. When you want to have a trained dog, the owner has to be trained first.
Yeah. So
Because
I'm
there's so
still
much to
working on
learn.
you, right?
True.
Even with the dogs that
True.
you have now, I'm always giving you a hard time, Yuki.
But dogs definitely, you have to learn about them, and you learn about yourself. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's how it basically started.
Yeah, okay.
The fun part of when I first started fostering, my goals were to foster senior female Chihuahuas. I thought that'd be real easy. But as time went on, I got these challenges of fostering baby pit bulls, full-size pit bulls, other dogs.
And we do love our pitties, right?
Yes, I love pitties.
Yay for the pit bulls. I'm a pitty rescue.
I
Earth
still
Angels
still
rescue.
remember them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially
Shout out to the
Tyson.
pitties, yeah.
Tyson was a little itty bitty pit bull that was not healthy at first.
He was not. I drove
Yeah.
all the way out. My sister actually found him on, gosh, I can't even remember what shelter. It could have been like San Bernardino, but I think it was further out than that. That dog was so skinny and so emaciated. That dog now is, well, they call him Tank, and he is a tank. He's like a baby hippopotamus. But
Oh,
yeah,
my goodness.
like you learned a lot about different breeds, and you were, like I said, gracious enough to allow me to just say, hey, Yuki, I got this dog that needs fostering. I can go get it right now at the shelter if you'll say yes. And the wonderful thing about Yuki, as you will learn, he is a very kind man. But we've had a lot of fun fostering.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. We've had
Yes.
we've had a few issues, you know, as you will, with a couple dogs in a home together. But overall, I think it's been great.
Yes.
A huge learning curve.
Yes. Tyson, the baby pit bull, he was so weak he couldn't even go up the stairs, back stairs. I'd have to carry him inside
Yeah.
the house. And every morning when I wake up, his face would be right in my face. And being a pit bull, all you saw was the nose and her lips. And I swear it was a hippopotamus. But
Uh-oh. Who's whining?
thank God he
Peanut.
grew up big, strong, and healthy.
Yep, and went to a great family.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
And
was
we'll talk
wonderful.
more on another episode about, you know, fostering and the beauties of fostering, because really rescues can't do it without. But we do want to start off like the beginning of every podcast with something fun, something that'll make you smile. And one of our wonderful producers has found, because we are in the holiday season, right? I mean, it's Christmas time. Christmas is about family, getting together, right? Gatherings, and maybe even some weddings. But this is a different type of wedding. So let's take a look at this clip, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. How about that?
That was cute.
Okay, well, I will say, I think it's very sweet, like dog parties, puppy parties, things of that nature, dog weddings, very festive and fun. But we will discuss again at a later date. Breeding is not something that I am in favor of, because we do have such an overwhelming population of dogs in the U.S. that are needing homes. And so I know that that was discussed a little bit in the video there. And China, obviously, you know, different. But I do want to say that, you know, this podcast and what we stand for, we do not stand for breeding. Are you in agreement with me?
I agree totally. I don't like backyard breeders.
Yeah.
You know, they're not professionals. They may not know all the intricacies and medical
Yeah.
requirements of breeding a dog and taking care of the dog during pregnancy and afterwards.
Right.
After birth. So definitely not.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee that all the puppies will be adopted by great people, unfortunately.
So again, we're just speaking in the U.S., but if you want your dogs to get married and they're spayed and neutered, we are all for it. Triple D's will come to your house and will come to the ceremony. We'll bring a few of our dogs. But that's just a side note because we are facing an epidemic. And with that being said, I would like to talk about going into the holidays. Again, Christmas is a very festive time, and a lot of families will decide during this time that they would like to adopt a dog into their family. And I do have some statistics that I'm going to pull up on my phone. But Yuki, have you any thoughts? If you have any thoughts about adopting during the holidays, have you seen an increase in adoptions or people surrendering their dogs? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I haven't seen the statistics firsthand myself, but I know some people are probably wanting to purchase animals or rescuing animals for presents to people, their family or loved ones or someone, or for what purpose, to make people happy. But
Sure.
you have to plan an adoption of a dog or a cat or any animal because there are requirements. Just like having a real child, there are requirements that as a parent you should be able to handle. And, sometimes an animal might be sick or might need some medication or something. Those are all the things that you have to take into account.
Right.
As you give someone a puppy. That's
Sure.
a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
And that should be taken with a lot of fun, but at the same time, a lot of seriousness.
Absolutely.
They're not toys. Hopefully, they will become part of the family, considered a family member, where they're taken care of just like a child. And it's very rewarding because, as all dog owners know, dogs are the most loyal animals you could probably find.
I mean, these guys don't even know what they're doing, but they are all in. They're like, these four right here are like, yep, we don't know, but let's do it. You're right. And I'm glad you brought up puppies. I want to touch on that quickly before I give the statistics because a lot of people want to get puppies during the holidays. And unfortunately, a lot of times senior dogs will be surrendered by families in order to acquire a new dog being a puppy. So again, at a later date, I'm a certified dog trainer. I'm back in school to be a trainer for service dogs. You've got a lot of experience, just hands-on real world experience. But if you are to take in a dog, a puppy, this holiday season, please find a local trainer. You can even go to one of your local pet stores and find really low-cost training for that puppy. So that puppy lives a very long, healthy life with you, meaning the longevity of that dog's life, like you talked about, because it does take a lot of work. Puppies are adorable. We just fostered a puppy, roly-poly, out of the Carson shelter.
Yeah.
I don't know what got into me. One day I saw him on video, and I asked Yuki, I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to bring this puppy and foster him and try to find him a home. And we did it, and he's in a wonderful home right now.
Yes.
But puppies are a ton of work. And my dogs are older. They're senior dogs, and they are not down for puppies. I mean, that dog, Rolly, wanted to play with them like every day, all day. And my dogs are like, get away from me, kid. So just taking into consideration, your family dynamic. If you have existing dogs, like how old are they? And if you are bringing a new dog into the home, like really be thoughtful about it. Make sure you have the time to commit to not only the dog, but the training of the dog. And again, everybody feels good during the holidays, and it's a great time to do these things, but we just want to make sure that people are doing them with thought, right?
Yes.
And I will just quickly give these statistics. It says the average adoption rate increases by 27% between December and January. However, the American Humane Society says that animals adopted during the holidays have a 25% higher risk of being abandoned. And so it's really something, what we want to talk about and what we want to do is educate people and let people know that, again, it is a lifetime commitment, but it's a great thing to do. You can go to any shelter. We're in Southern California. There are numerous shelters across California, and you can find anything, anything that would fit into your family. And we do encourage people to adopt, but again, just be thoughtful about it. And if Santa's going to bring your kids a dog, just make sure your kids are also involved. I think it's important. I'm a trainer, and when I go into homes and there's kids, I'm like, yeah, we got to get the kids involved in the training. So we're all for adoption. We're all for giving animals forever homes, but just make that commitment, right?
Yes. And what really put me over the cliff of getting my peanut, or
Now
Angel,
Every
the
time
training
you say peanut, I think of this peanut.
is because what she mentioned in her classes, and that is part of the training is to make sure the dog is safe, meaning you could stop him from running into the street or picking up something off the ground, which is not something good to eat. I mean, it's very important to keep the dog safe because of the training. And that's a good thing that she did for my Angel. Yeah. And she also ran a great puppy class where they all interacted and played. They became socialized.
Yeah.
Because my Angel was terribly scared of bigger dogs. But now she plays with the big dogs and she's not afraid. That class helped her a lot to come out and be more confident.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Even though she's known me like as long as you've had her, every once in a while, she'll give me that little like lip curl. I'm like, Angel, seriously? Like, come on, girl. I trained your butt. I take care of you. It's funny, but also like respecting like dogs and who they are. But it is a very, like, it's just a lovely time of year. And if you can't adopt, here's something I just thought about. If you can't adopt, volunteer at your local shelter or donate. You know, you can go to any shelter here or contact them before. Go bring them food. Bring them blankets, you know, be a foster. And we're going to talk about fostering. I mean, we touched on it a little bit because that's how we really became connected, was through me training Angel and then us fostering all these dogs in the foster home. But there's so many ways you can help a dog in need this season, and we encourage you to do that because it is the time to give back for sure.
And dogs, they can't.
Anybody have a question?
They can't complain or you know. It's hard for them to speak up for themselves because they just can't talk. But as the owner of a dog, you have to do it for them.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that they have things in line where they could be taken care of. We like to see new rules or laws passed to take care of the dogs, and I think there should be more laws passed in that regard. But we'll talk about that later.
But you know what? I forgot. I looked up something else, and this is very important for new adopters. It is called the 3-3-3 rule. Have you heard of this, Yuki? Mm-mm. When you bring a new dog into your home, it's basically giving them time and how you break it down. So the first 3 days, it's important to give the dog plenty of space and time to acclimate to their new environment. I won't read it all. The first 3 weeks, after the first 3 days, gradually introduce your new dog to family members and pets. Keep their routines consistent and give them plenty of positive reinforcement. So that's in the first 3 weeks. And then 3 months, by the end of the first 3 weeks, your new dog should be comfortable with their new home, and family members during the next 3 months continue to reinforce positive behavior and gradually increase their exposure to new experience. So again, it's called 3-3-3. This is from HSNT blog, the Humane Society, actually of North Texas. I'm from Texas. I didn't know it was from Texas, but I think it's just super important, again, that information to give your dog that time to acclimate. And we're really talking about this now because, again, this is the time people go out and they're like, oh, it's the holidays, let's go adopt a dog. And so we're all for it. Just educate yourself, reach out to a local trainer, a local, pet store that offers training at low cost. Socialize your dog like you talked about, like doing group pack walks with your dogs, cage-free doggy daycare when they're able to do that, and just enjoy them and make them a part of your holiday season now and they just don't live long enough, right?
Yes, that's the sad part.
Yeah.
But as an owner of multiple dogs, I find that every time one did pass and I helped him or her, it made me a better and more understanding person of the process.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you lose one, it just made space for another one to come into your life.
That's right.
So please keep adopting. It will cure you. I mean, it'll help you out a lot.
You can't be depressed with dogs sleeping on you and licking your face. And I think we should actually touch on, what are some things that we can do, some fun things that we can do with our dogs during this holiday season? Do you have any thoughts, off the top of your head?
Yeah, take them to the Lazy Dog Cafe.
We went to the Lazy Dog Cafe. Shout out. We had so much fun there. That's a great thing to do. Mm-hmm. And another thing to do, you guys, is take your dogs to look at the holiday lights. Mm-hmm. Put your dog in the car with the kids. Again, we're in Southern California, so there's a neighborhood called Candy Cane Lane. And you can go get a coffee, get the dogs in the car, drive through. It's an exceptional experience for your pets. You wouldn't imagine how much they can actually take in and absorb in terms of like seeing the lights and having fun with their family.
Sure.
Right? Anything else you can think of, Yuki?
Just take them to the strand or the beach where they have the dog-friendly areas.
Yeah.
I mean, if your neighborhood doesn't have one, maybe you should advocate to have one created.
Yeah, and if you're traveling, if you're going on a road trip and your dog is able to go with you, definitely take your dog on a road trip. But I love the idea of taking your dogs out to eat with you, looking at holiday lights with your dog. There's also, we talked about Bass Pro Shop. And we're going to look into that, and that'll be an episode if we are able to, secure a time slot there. Sure. But Santa's going to be there, and it's all about bringing dogs to Bass Pro Shop and having pictures taken with Santa. There's a lot of things that you can do with your dogs during the holidays because a lot of people tend to like be in and out. It's busier, so if you can take your dog with you, please do. Make sure they're secure in the car. Dogs should always have, although these guys don't right now, but collars with ID tags, so God forbid something would happen, but include your dogs in all those holiday festivities because it just will make such a memorable experience for them as well as you, right? And when you look back and you see them in the pictures with Santa or going out to eat with the kids, it just makes the holiday so much more memorable.
Yes,
Yeah, go ahead, Yuki. Sorry.
My daughter took Christmas pictures of all the dogs all dressed in the same outfits.
Or even like getting pajamas. An adopter of ours who adopted Baby Girl, a pit. Did you ever meet Baby Girl? She never came to the foster home. But anyway, this incredible family. Every holiday season, she's got pajamas, Santa Claus pajamas, all different types of pajamas. Again, it's just including your pet in that spirit of the holiday. It just makes such a difference.
Baby Girl was a big pit bull, wasn't she?
Yeah, black and white, beautiful pit bull.
Wasn't that Robert's dog?
Who?
Or Russell?
Yeah, Russell is the adopter.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, they fostered
Fantastic
her.
person.
Oh, amazing,
Yes.
amazing. Him and his wife, they fostered her forever, and one day they were just like, hey, we feel like she's our dog. We want to officially adopt her. But again, during the holidays, like she's always in her pajamas.
Oh, wonderful dog.
It's the sweet, and those are the little things you can do. You don't have to spend a ton of money. And, I used to hang stockings. At one point I had, more than 5, less than 15 dogs.
Yeah.
But every dog had a stocking. And Santa came for every single one of my dogs. So every dog had a treat in their stocking. And in Christmas morning, it was a big deal. I'd call out their names and I would put their stocking down and they would go get in their stocking and take out their treat or their toy. And again, it was just a lot of fun. And I don't know, do we want to just quickly touch on, because again, the holiday season, food. People sometimes go a little overboard when it comes to their pets during the holidays in terms of what they're feeding them. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely can't feed them stuff that is not good for the dogs,
Which would be what?
Like grapes, no chocolate, no alcohol.
Oh, darn it. No espresso martinis for the dogs?
There's certain table scraps that you should not feed the dog because their system may not be ready or be able to digest it properly.
Right.
So if you're going to give them treats, stick to a pure, clean protein, like just the meat itself without any seasoning or anything.
Yeah.
That's the best thing for the dogs and cats.
I agree. I mean, you and I have had this discussion, and I think at some point in the future we'll discuss this as well. But, if you did want to indulge your dog a little bit more during the holiday season, like you said, plain turkey, no bone, no skin, no seasoning. You could definitely give your dog sweet potatoes all the time.
Yes.
That's great for your dogs. But if you're not sure on what they can have or what they can't have, just do some research on it. But it's always best to err on the side of caution. A little bit of something extra is okay for the holidays, but we want your dogs to stay safe. And if you have a lot of people in the home, just make sure that people aren't giving your dogs food that they shouldn't have, okay? Oh my gosh, this has been great. And we didn't even say, did we tell everybody we're drinking eggnog?
No, we weren't. Or we didn't.
We can't tell you what kind of eggnog or where it came from, but we're drinking eggnog because it's the holiday season. Like I said, it was Thanksgiving. I went into a turkey coma, woke up, and then all of a sudden the house was decorated for Christmas. Santa's elves came early for us, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I am super surprised.
We're blessed
Amazed.
that way.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes.
what is coming up? What's our next podcast, Yuki?
I'm not sure.
So coming up, we are going to touch, because again, I know we spent a lot of time on adoptions during the holidays, and then, unfortunately, dogs being returned after the holidays. We're going to go into talking about training dogs for sure, and we're going to give you guys, access to links for trainers in your area, places that you can go, again, for low-cost training, maybe group pack walks, things like that. But we really want to help people that have recently adopted a new family member, a four-legged family member.
Yes.
So our next podcast is going to be talking about training. We're also going to have guests on here. We're going to talk about low-cost veterinary care, spaying and neutering, which is incredibly important. Again, our lovely people in China that are marrying their dogs. That's a beautiful thing, but we definitely don't advocate breeding. We just want to make sure that we minimize the population here, because across the country we have an overwhelming number of dogs that need homes, and we're talking about puppies that aren't making it out of some of our shelters, which is very unfortunate. But yes, we will educate people on training, and we're going to have people call in any questions that you have. We're here to guide you guys. And we also have our Digger Digger Doggos YouTube channel. We got the DDD Doggos. Yeah,
DDD right there on my cup.
Yeah, like I said, we're waiting for
DDD.
the mug, the official
Once we get
mug
more
to come in.
budget, we'll get real cups.
But we have our Digger Digger Doggos on YouTube, and we've done some wonderful adventures with not only my dogs, but a few of your dogs as well. We went to your favorite place. You don't know your favorite place.
Oh, Convict Lake.
Thank you.
Yes, High Sierras.
If you don't know, then how are they going to know? Yeah, we did an early morning.
Yes.
Left the house, had 24 hours,
It was
and
an
drove
epic
back.
trip.
It was amazing. It was
epic.
incredible. So
Yes.
you'll see a bunch of our videos on there with our dogs and just some of the fun adventures. And we want everybody to join along, in what we're doing.
Yes.
We're all about education, having fun, and
Exactly.
making America great again for all the doggos. Woo woo! Uh-oh.
Just to let you know, we're kind of like on separate sides of that spectrum, okay?
Yeah, but we do want to
But-
make America great for the dogs, don't we?
Yes, that's for sure.
All
But-
right, well, I think Ely is saying goodbye. Buttercup is not quite sure if she wants to say goodbye. Peanut hasn't blinked the whole time. And Itty could stay here all day as long
Yeah,
as
he
you're petting
comes
him.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for everybody that's working behind the scenes to make this happen. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yes, and
Thank
we
you.
will have very important topics following our next podcast for sure.
Very important.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo. Merry Christmas, everybody. Go adopt a doggo.